I was drawn to Strathewen because we had a friend living here, so my partner Shane and I came up for a visit and we just fell in love with the area, living in the bush, close to nature. After the fire I came back here and I've had a lot of funerals to go to. We lost a lot of neighbours and friends. Two of the people I'd known quite well, they were really gorgeous neighbours. They'd given me alpaca wool and I'd spun it years ago and I'd knitted a chook, much to their horror. I thought I'd do something more creative and useful, but I knitted a chook, and for me somehow, when I found my sooty chook, it was just, it just became linked to them and the loss of them, so I actually took it to their funeral in a bag, shoved away. I thought, this is madness, what am I doing this for? But I felt compelled to take my chook. And when we were having a cup of tea afterwards, I pulled it out when people were saying, you know, so how did you get to know Libby and Phil? And yeah, it was just such an icebreaker. People just, loved holding it. Then I knitted a chook for a little girl who'd lost her family in the fire and she was just on her own. So I knitted a rainbow coloured one to link, you know, heaven and earth. I just wanted her to feel loved, really. And then I knitted one for a little boy whose dad was a really good friend of ours and he passed away in the fires. I knitted him one and I took it up to the school and I said to the principal, do you think any of the other children might like one? And she said, Barbara, I think they'd all love one. What I gave the kids is just a blank drawing of a chook shape with no eyes drawn, just blank page, let me know what you want. I thought they'd colour them in a plain colour, but no. There were rainbows and flames and black and blue ones and striped ones, and yeah, I was pretty daunted when I laid them all out. I thought, this is overwhelming, really. Fortunately, a few other women joined in. In the early stages, I didn't think people would want to drive in all the way to my place, so we had it at a friend's place. It was easier for the women than coming all the way into the black and driveways with coroner's tape, and it was a pretty hard road to drive in here. We were all running on adrenaline. We actually needed to sit still, but we couldn't, so I feel that the knitting was a really good thing because we were terribly busy, but we were actually sitting still, and it brought people together. People I cared about, whose stories I heard, but I didn't quite know how to connect with them. We could sit and knit together, you know, and we'd go from concentration, counting, ticking off rows, to just outrageous laughter and a lot of storytelling, a lot of sharing of private things. It was very important.
And how do you feel about those relationships now?
Set in concrete, yeah. Yeah, they're very special. They came at a time when there was yearning for a feeling of love surrounding us. We found it with each other, and I think, yeah, that'll stay. When life started to emerge, it was quite amazing. For me, this was wonderful colour, and colour just, you know, running through my fingers as I knitted. Grew huge. I got emails from people who wanted to join in, and I had to send out patterns everywhere, and it was contagious. The first year we made 45 for the children. That covered all the primary school age children in Strathewen. But there were also people, grown-ups, who wanted chooks, and it became quite a funny thing. Everybody was giving everybody else a chook, and it was quite amazing how widespread it became. We did the project the second year and the third year, and I don't know, we might do it again this year. Hen. It's a symbol for motherhood, regeneration. I think on a deep level, people were already identifying within themselves, we'll go on, we will recover from this and we will renew. And it's often something ridiculous that can make you laugh. It's not something ordinary. It has to be incongruous, I think. Some people said to me that I was making light of their grief. And I can understand them kind of feeling a bit like that, because laughter can sound mocking, but it was actually kind of an inner effervescence and inner life just wanting to come back. And we needed to do something ridiculous because what we were left with was just unspeakable. Chooks.